So you lived in Philly and then you moved out.
Yeah, because school was over, and honestly, dude, like when COVID hit, I felt trapped. I was in a 1 bedroom, which was a nice spot, dude. I
Where were you in?
East Falls, so right next to Manayunk. It's like
Oh,
northeast
yeah,
Philly.
yeah.
It's back in the trees, about 20 minutes outside the main city.
You were by yourself, like.
Yeah, man, I loved it. It was cool, but like when COVID hit, I felt trapped. I couldn't go out. I couldn't go to the gym. Couldn't go to the studios because I planned on using the print studios to screen print stuff for Onwards, and like couldn't do that. So maybe after like 2 or 3 days in mid-March, I packed up like a ton of duffel bags and brought my desktop and threw it in my car and came here. And then I've just been here since March. And I would try to go to my apartment and stay a few nights, but I hated it because I felt so trapped in there. So I like being here.
How much was it?
It was close to like $1,500 a month, including
Dude.
the park.
Dude, you guys gotta move to New York.
The parking space was $80 a month.
Yeah.
How much is New York? Because isn't New York a lot more expensive?
Maybe if you want to live in like Manhattan, but I've never paid more than $1,000.
You had
And my
roommates,
first
though.
apartment though, the first year I had a random roommate. We lived there for 2 years. He was fine the first year. Second year he just got a little annoying, but that was it. And we had a massive living room, like huge apartment. The only thing was that I felt guilty about was that we were like the first gentrifiers of that neighborhood, what
Okay.
it felt like. And like, just like we had some friends that had come to our house and like they had some things said to them or something and they didn't want to come back to our apartment. So like it just got, and then people would come into our building and would like knock on our door in the middle of the night and like just kind of felt a little weird. So we moved out. But that place I was paying like $700.
Wow. Because people always say how expensive it is to live in
Yeah,
New
it was
York.
Brownsville. On the border of Brownsville, Crown Heights, and it was literally like 5 minutes apparently from like Bobby Schmurder's home or some shit.
Wow. What was because you're moving to LA soon, so
I want to.
you're
move
wearing
to
an LA hat.
soon.
You will. You'll get out there, man. So, like, what was your favorite part about living in New York, or what are you gonna miss most about living in New York?
I don't know, because I don't live. I don't miss New York yet.
Okay.
But when I do come back here, I do miss like how you can do like a million things in one day, I guess.
Yeah.
I like driving now. So now that I live in New York and I have a car, I can't imagine not having a car in New York.
Yeah.
Because I can just get everywhere so much easier. Like people would always say like, nah, it's not worth it. Like the train's faster. Like no, having a car is better. You can drive anywhere you want. And that's why I want to move to LA is because you can drive. And I'm going to have a car out there. So.
Do you think you're gonna pack your car up and just head out there with the Jeep?
Yeah, the Jeep. I'm going to pack my Jeep up and I want to do a cross country trip. I definitely want to go to like Colorado, Grand Canyon.
You should. My friend Noah took a road trip to Colorado by himself, and he's still there now because he was like, "Hey, like I want to go to Colorado. Like, you down to come before school starts?" I was like, "Yeah, just like let me know." And then I guess he didn't. And the day before he was supposed to leave, I was in Florida, so he was like, "I guess I'll just go by myself." And like he's been by himself the whole time, but it looks like he's been having the time of his life, man.
Well, he's going to California, you said?
No, he just drove out to Colorado. I don't know if he plans on driving any further because that's like, dude, driving to Colorado that's a mission. It took my dad and my brother like 3 days of driving when they moved Matt out there, but they stopped here and there. But you hit like Kansas and it's just nothing for like hundreds and hundreds of miles.
So Clay, you know my friend Clay.
It's weird you say that because he was in my dream last night. It's weird.
That's weird.
I know.
Okay, so maybe that's because I don't know. I'm friends with him or something. But
right,
me and him, he was trying to get booked on like college shows at the time. So we know some guy that was booking shows at Oberlin University. It's like a big art school in Ohio.
Okay.
And it's a good art school, and or it's like artsy. I don't know what the fuck, but whatever. And they booked Clay on a show for like a shit ton of money. And they were like, we want you to also bring whoever you want. Like you can also bring an opening act or whatever. So we were like,
Clay does music, right?
Yeah, Clay does music.
People
so we were like, all right, sick. We're gonna bring Tabby. So Tabby also got booked on the show, and she got paid a shit ton of money too. And they gave us money to like drive the car, like rent a car out there. So we rented a car. I think they gave us money for the car. I don't know. I didn't pay for that shit. I didn't pay for anything. So they were like, we need someone to drive. So I drove. Bro, we drove 16 hours within 24 hours because we drove 8 hours there. We literally got there. We partied, did the show, fell asleep, and then woke up at like 4 in the morning and hit the road. But when we were driving, they were asleep. And I remember it was just nothing. And I was on a mountain and it was snowing. And wait. So it's like, it's like 3 in the morning. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't remember the exact time we were there, but I just remember the drive up there was through the night. And it was like 3 in the morning. And we got to this bodega 7-Eleven thing on the middle of a mountain. They're all asleep. They're all asleep. It's snowing. I get outside. I like lit a joint. I'm like, and I'm looking around and I'm like, why are there so many cars in this fucking parking lot? Like it's 3 in the fucking morning. And no one's getting gas or anything. They're just all parked. So I go into this bodega, and at the minute I walk in, I look to my right, and there's just slot machines and all these old people with buckets and coins just like ding, ding, ding,
like
ding.
robots.
And I'm like, and there's like a woman that looks like possibly she could be like a housewife. I'm like, damn, like she's the typical like, no honey, I wasn't gambling last night. Like, no. You spent all of our money. And I'm like, this is the saddest thing. Yeah. So sad. Anyways, can I get 2 packs of Backwoods?
Yeah. It's at a 7-Eleven. They're playing slot machines. That's crazy, man. I think like all of that lottery, gambling, not all gambling, like obviously poker and blackjack, you can make a lot of money doing that, but the rest of it, like slot machines, it's just a tax on stupid people. Although my grandma and my aunt hit like $90,000 on a slot machine one time. But like, yeah, but that's like how much
my
money
mom
did
knows
she
someone
waste?
too. My mom knows someone too that went to like Vegas and hit crazy on a slot machine. But like that's the thing is like she was in Vegas for fun on a vacation. Right. There's a difference between that and there's a difference between like I know people like in New York you go to a nice gas station in New York and there will be a table and there will be 30 dudes just being like, can I get another scratch off 10 for 10? And they're just doing scratch offs. Or like remember there was a kid that we went to school with, I'm not gonna name him, who came to our school. He was the fastest kid in the country at one point. Yeah. Tattoos. Okay, I'm friends with him on social media. That kid like drives to Atlantic City every single night and gambles and has a fucking kid.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm like, dude, unless you're winning, maybe unless he's winning every single night, then I get it. But there's no way.
I know.
Winning every single night.
I think people, I don't know, dude. Like, I'd rather just take that time, energy, and money into like build something like a podcast or a brand or a business, and not just like, because like it's like by doing that, and I'm guilty, dude. I've hit scratch offs and like I've tried that route too. But like
JC's mom, she got like $4,000. I remember in high school off a scratch off.
The most I ever did on a scratch off was like it was like a $30 scratch off, and I think I got $30, and I was like, let me just get another one, and like it was nothing, but. I don't know, dude.
I always win like $2, $1, and then I'm like, fuck it. Yeah. Reinvest. Yep. Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself.
Yeah. But like, exactly. Like you could either take that.
Why is Grant Cardone always chewing on a breath mint? He's always like,
is he?
Tell me your business model.
Maybe he has a.
He's always eating something or.
Maybe he has an oral fixation because he used to have like.
He looked like he got neck implants. If that's the thing.
He used to have a drug problem, so he probably does something like people who try to quit cigarettes.
We saw him in L.A. Our last day. He sat at the same restaurant as us, and then I'm like, I know that guy. He looks so familiar. And then we landed in Philly, and we're walking in the airport, and he's on the cover of a magazine for like investment Forbes or some shit. I'm like, oh my god, that's him. His name is Grant Cardone.
Yeah, I have his investment book on that shelf over there, or his real estate book rather.
I honestly agree with that whole like invest in yourself thing, honestly. And I want to get into the stocks now, and I've been talking to so many people that are into it. I'm not gonna get that app.
Which one? There's so many. Robinhood.
Yeah, Robinhood.
Yeah, I don't have that. I have an account set up with Webull Financial, and I just buy stocks through that. But it's just little stuff like Virgin Galactic, which is Richard Branson's commercial space travel company, and that's what is it today? It was. I think it's like $18 or $20 a share, or all these electric companies, or They're about to split Tesla 1/4, so like it's 1/4 cheaper. A lot of people are gonna buy.
So you
that.
telling me I should invest in the Virgin Mobile?
I'm not saying you should invest.
I would dead ass,
or not
bro.
invest
Like
in
text
anything.
you every day and get your advice on this shit if you could help me.
Well, here's the thing,
I
bro.
have no idea how to do it. I'm just trying to put in 1,000, make back 1,800, so I'm just making $800 profit.
Right.
But is that possible?
Yeah, it's possible, but like you have to know what the fuck you're doing. Now, I don't know shit about fuck when it comes to stocks. I just know how to read charts from my days in Forex. So I understand. So I bought Peloton at $30. It's now at 60 over. It's almost $70. It's over 100% gain. Now, the reason I don't know shit about stocks. I've never written a book about it or read a book about it rather. But I was able to, because all that shit is, man, looking at charts, whether it be stocks, Forex, like options, it's all pattern recognition and it's just chart analysis. So I was able to recognize a similar pattern that I see in foreign exchange markets in the stock market, and it ended up working. So
where do you buy these stocks?
So
how do you know they're legit? Like, what if you're like, nah, I want to cash out now, and they're like, we don't have the money.
Well, that's that. So let's just use Forex for an example. It would be your broker. So you need to have a regulated broker, because in the beginning we were with this broker. I'm not even gonna say the name, but it's unregulated. So that means your money's not guaranteed. So if you try to take a $10,000 withdrawal, there's nothing that says they can't give it to you. Oh, sorry, can't give it to you. So once we started to make more and like get deeper in the Forex game, we were like, let's just move over to a regulated broker so our money is safe. So you just got to do your research and find out what's best for you. But so far I've had no problems. But I also haven't pulled out really a whole lot of money, maybe a couple $1,000s here and there. But I'm in for the long term, dude. I've been buying gold and silver, like physical gold and silver. And
Really?
You see those $100 bills?
Yeah.
Right there? The one up top, that's 1 gram of gold.
Dude,
And then the one under it is
don't.
It's 5 grams.
That's like,
of silver.
remember the infomercials, bro, where we were growing up and they're like, buy these gold coins. They're gonna be
Buffalo
worth
Bill.
something. Those aren't worth. Don't buy those, bro.
Well, those are just like,
That's not
Those
a gold
things are
100.
cool.
It can't be worth anything.
it's worth $99. It's 1 gram of gold. But I also just bought my first ounce of gold. Maybe I shouldn't be telling people this, but you guys don't know.
No,
you guys don't
that's
know where I
alright.
live. You guys don't know where I live. But no, because like if
That's
if
so
an,
funny.
if an ounce of
Give me all your gold. I heard your podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. But like, it's true though. If I buy an ounce of gold for $2,100 today, that same ounce could be worth 20,000 10 years from now. Who knows? It couldn't. But like, I'm in a position right now where I have a little bit more money to play with, and I don't want to just sit on it and spend it on dumb shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to diversify and put it in these like.
Because
different
everyone I know
buckets.
that like is our age, that's like, I do stocks. I'm like, it seems like something's up. Like,
I mean,
but
sure.
now I'm talking to people like this guy that I work with. He's like, yeah, like, I put in $25K into Tesla when Tesla was like $13 a share.
Yeah.
And he's
That's
like,
smart.
and I pulled out too soon when it was like 25 a share or something. He's like, now it's like 6. So when he got
Yeah.
it back, I forget how much he made. He said I could have made like $100,000.
Yeah.
But he like sold his stock way too soon.
I think with stocks, timing is everything. Forex is a little different, where we day trade, so we try to get in and out in like a few hours, make our money and dip. So
Yeah, that's what her dad was saying. Like he does like day trading too, and it was starting to intrigue me basically.
think of it as just because I remember the last few years you've always been skeptical. You're like, does this shit really work? How much
Yeah.
have you made? Do you actually make money?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but like, it's like learning a new language. It takes time and energy, and just you got to study it, and you got to just say, okay. And you could apply this. Those of you listening, you could apply this to anything in your life. If you want to learn something new, you're probably going to be real shitty at it in the beginning, no matter what it is. For me, graphic design, even like getting the podcast set up, whatever, you kind of suck at in the beginning. But with time and with energy, you've seen the same thing in your stand-up. Like, you get better over time as you put in the time, energy, and also you don't let your fear or doubt hinder you or get in the way. Like, especially like you're making moves with the comedy stuff, and like that's something I want to talk about too. But it's because you didn't give up. Over the years, you've kept putting in the time and the energy, and you've been going to shows and doing this live stuff, and you've been hosting these events, and like it's paid off. So you can apply that to anything, and eventually you see the reward in it.
Yeah. I really learned that more with acting, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
With stand up, I feel like I'm kind of right before Corona. I was starting to put in like the time, like right before I was like ready to like start actually like putting in the effort, and then Corona happened. But I kind of just faked it till I made it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I learned that you can't really do that in stand up. Are these still recording? Because I was thinking about that like 20 minutes. But like you can't like like fake it. And I kind of don't really have like the best, in my opinion, stand up. Like I think I'm funny as fuck in my real life, but for some reason, like which every stand up comedian says this, it's just more like I feel like all my jokes are not. Wouldn't like if I was watching my stand up, I wouldn't find me funny.
Why not?
Just because I'm not there yet, I haven't put in the hours. But I feel like with everything else I do. So this is kind of interesting that we're actually talking about this because you're into this, like these books and stuff like that, like The Outliers, Malcolm Gladwell, I think it's called.
Yep.
So it's like I'm a huge believer in the fucking 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
My dad got me into that when I was younger. So we both had the same drum teacher, right?
Yep.
So like I definitely put in the 10,000 hours. I feel like, and I feel like you did too.
Yeah.
Over in a course of 4 years, right? Drums.
Let me ask. Hold on. How many days is 10,000 hours?
416.67 days.
So in 4, yeah, you can get that in 4 years.
Yeah, because here's the deal. Like, this is my point. Is that like Juilliard, right? So Juilliard's the best acting program and the best for a lot of other things. At Juilliard, you graduate in 4 years. It might even be 3. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But they definitely put in the 10,000 hours
Yes.
into their education. Same thing with like Rutgers Mason Gross. Rutgers Mason Gross has like one of the best acting programs in the world.
Okay.
Believe it or not. And they're like top 10, top 20.
Okay.
And they put in the 10,000 hours. So with the drumming, I feel like we put in close to 10,000 hours.
Probably because we were obsessed, man. We loved it.
Yeah, and we did it in school too.
Yeah.
So
True.
then years later, I think I just got really bored and I taught myself how to juggle one summer. But I didn't just teach myself how to juggle. I taught myself how to juggle 3 balls in 5 different ways. And I was just like, 10,000 hours, 10,000 hours. I don't think I put in the 10,000 hours for juggling, but I definitely put in 1,000 hours of juggling so I could teach myself how to juggle.
Yeah.
And to the point where I'll never lose it.
Yes.
Like drumming is like, there's certain things like I can't really hop on a skateboard and bomb a hill the first time perfectly.
Right.
I used to when I was 13. I can't anymore. Drumming, I could sit down on a drum cassette anytime and play the songs that we memorized to play, kind of.
Yeah.
Or I can rock the fuck out and it looks like to someone that doesn't know drums that I'm mad nice at drums.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like that's like something that is hard work. It's called effort and was it like effect or some shit? Effort and result.
Okay.
Effort and result. So I think with the acting in college, we definitely didn't get at the new school. Don't go there if you're listening to this and you want to be an actor. Don't go to the new school for drama.
I was gonna go there for fashion design. And I decided not
that's
to.
like the #1 school for art. It's like one of the best schools. It's just like, dude, the fucking
It's so competitive.
acting program fucking blows. Like it's the worst. So no, but honestly, it sucks. Only because honestly, like I take it back. It's more like it's an extreme amount of money for a program that's way too new and they don't know exactly.
That's fair.
They're still figuring it out.
Yeah.
So when I first went there, it was ran by one lady who didn't know what she was doing and everything was all over the place. Then the second year, we had this woman named Glennis come in. She was really good. She ran the program, and we had a showcase, right? So for that showcase, I really did put in the fucking hours on this scene. That was a stupid scene. It was from a movie, which you're not really supposed to do, but we picked a movie scene.
Yeah.
Because no one wanted to do a scene with me, but this girl, Takeo, shout out to Takeo, she fucking asked me, she was like, well, I need someone for this scene and you're funny, you want to do it? It was a deadpan scene and we did it the opposite and we worked really hard on it and it paid off.
Yeah.
And that was when I was like, yo, acting, like, it was the first time I actually ever, like, memorized the lines so well that I could do them, like, I could do, like, I just memorized it so well that I could say the lines anywhere I wanted to.
Yeah.
Whereas before, like, I never really did that. And it makes you regret all your last like auditions or whatever that you which I have an agent. I've never booked one thing
Right.
with them.
But then again, like it goes back.
But they're like fire. It's just more like it's more just like it's so fucking hard.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I've had a lot of close calls, but it's just more like they're really good. It's more like I just haven't booked anything, and it's been a year. It's been like officially a year. A little bit more, actually.
Wow. Could you hit record the little red button on the left-hand side, right-hand side? Perfect. Well, like you said, it's been only a year, and you've had to put all that time in over the years and over the years. You know, you've been acting for... I know you've been acting more longer than you've been doing anything else, but eventually, like, those things will pay off. And even going back to, like you said, about drums and, like, the muscle memory and all that, I've been getting really into yoga during COVID, and you slowly start to see, even if it's 20 minutes a day, like, I feel as though I get a little bit stronger every time I do it. And this is something I talked to Brandon about last time, but, like, you get a little better each and every time. I'm still not doing handstands or anything crazy like that, but I notice the flows are getting better and the strength is getting better, and you can't get that unless you put in a little bit of time.
You have time or effort. And notice, like, I mean, your youngest brother, Aaron, I remember when we were younger, he would get really into something and then not put in the hours, and then he would drop it. Like, he did the drums for a little bit with our teacher, and he dropped it. Then he was like, oh, instead I want to do bass, right? He dropped that too.
Yeah.
But then you notice that once he got to high school, I remember, like, we weren't as close as friends then, but I remember seeing her from a distance. Like, your brother got really into being a vegan, and he got really big into, like, being in shape and about his health and working out, and then he got really into football.
Well, football
so, like,
was
he committed,
first, and then
but though that, like, for like, the difference is with this is he got there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And same thing with your other brother Matthew. But, like, I feel like you and me were lucky that we did something where we put in the hours when we were really young. Whereas a lot of people I see, they have to figure it out do it on their own, like, terms. Whereas I feel like our parents kind of, for some reason, like, getting us the drum teacher was, like, a good setup. Because then you got really into hockey.
Yeah.
And I got really into, like, acting and doing theater. And then, I feel like, dude, I really feel like that doing the drums as a kid, both of us, is, like, I don't know, like, some reason that I can, like something, like, some knowledge that I use in other forms.
Yeah, because we understand that to get good at something,
Other things, other activities.
You have to put the time in. And, like, us playing drums, I think I was 11 or 12 when I started, and you, similar for you. We understood that, like, if we wanted to learn how to play this song right, or learn how to read music, or you know, whatever, you have to put the time in. And that's actually really interesting, because I haven't ever really connected those dots, and it definitely ties into everything that we do today, where we are okay with the idea that, okay, whatever I'm starting, it might take a minute, it might take a little bit to get in.
I mean, that was the first like, I don't know about you, but that's definitely for me the first talent I ever was taught.
Oh, me too.
And
for sure.
And I don't think maybe it matters if you're not really someone that cares a fuck about being creative or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is, some people just want to be like a finance dude or whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it doesn't matter. Like, who cares? But I think that, like, that was the first talent that I was ever actually taught. I was taught how to, like, ride a bike, play baseball.
Right.
But
that's, like, fundamental things for kids.
I mean, yeah. And then, like, another instance, like, when I went to college, we had a graffiti room, and I got really into graffiti, and I learned how hard it was to use graffiti cans and make graffiti tags. So I got really into teaching myself how to tag, right? So I would go down there every day.
The Mac.
Yeah, I would go down there every day for an hour, which, again, it's not the 2,000 hours. I mean, the 10,000 hours, but it's some hours. And I would go down there every day, and I would practice. And now I can do it. Like, I can do, like, a graffiti tag, which, I mean, some people are, like, experts. Like, I can only do one type of graffiti tag.
Right.
Perfected.
Right.
But I can't, but, again, it's just, like, putting me out.
It's amazing if you think about neuroplasticity and the fact that you can reprogram your mind to become well-versed and skilled in certain things, whether it be drums or graffiti or yoga.
And what's it called?
Neuroplasticity, the ability for your brain to change and reprogram yourself. You're creating new neural pathways.
I think I have that, because
We
I
all
feel
have.
like I learned drums, closed that chapter, and it's still there, and it's a book in the bookshelf.
Yeah.
If that sounds kind of corny,
No,
but
that
like,
sounds awesome. I love
yeah,
that.
like it's a book in the bookshelf, and I can always pull it out, and it's like they're all in different languages, and I can pull them all out and read every single one
They're a
perfectly.
little dusty, but you can still read
Yeah,
them.
I can't read like a song of music,
Yeah, neither
but
can I.
those beat books where it was like a bunch of beats, I could do those like if I really sit down and like
Wow.
look at them.
I don't know if I can. I don't even know where those are, but I love that.
have
It's a book on the bookshelf. I love that. I'm gonna start using that.
Yeah,
That's cool, man. But yeah, neuroplasticity. We all have that ability to like
learn something
new.
adapt to it. Yeah,
Like even us learning Hebrew. Like we had to learn Hebrew for our bar mitzvahs.
I did not learn that shit.
Neither did I. But I mean, here's the thing. I think there's a difference between learning something that you actually want to learn and that you care about and you're passionate about versus something that, like, for example,
You're being forced.
we were forced to learn Hebrew for our bar mitzvahs. Our parents wanted us to learn. Okay, yeah, it paid off. We made a couple $1,000s having this party, but it was drag for sure. And I can't read Hebrew today. I was in Israel a few months ago, couldn't read Hebrew.
Really?
As soon as the bar mitzvah ended, it was out of my head. Can't remember.
Yeah.
Not to mention the rabbi hooked it up and did most of the reading for me. But still, like,
Oh, at your bar mitzvah, I remember that.
yeah,
that was funny.
most people's bar mitzvahs.
But
I
didn't
think
it fucking matter, dude?
it doesn't matter.
Because here's the deal.
but there's a
other people
difference.
we knew were having sweet 13 and sweet 12
Super
birthdays
sweet, yeah.
with fucking
Jesse McCartney
like,
and Metro Station.
like famous people and shit.
Yeah.
I remember we were literally wait, this is crazy because I want this to be on the record.
Yeah.
So the girl that had Metro Station
Yeah.
at the party,
Yeah.
they had broken. It was Miley Cyrus's brother, Tracy or
Trace Cyrus, he wasn't there.
right? And then it was Mitchell Musso's brother, Mason Musso,
Yeah.
or vice versa,
Yeah,
whoever.
yeah.
And it was just the Musso guy.
Yeah.
And we were outside, and you and me were like, we both play the drums.
Yeah.
And they were like, he was like, yeah, like,
Yeah, he was
her dad gave me a Rolls Royce to play this gig. And he was just like, the band's over. This is probably one of the last gigs we're ever going to play.
No way.
Like,
He said that?
yeah, I remember he
don't
was like,
remember
we
that.
broke, because you and me were literally like, where's the other guy? And
Yeah.
we
were, like,
didn't even
dicky.
care about that band. We didn't even like that band.
No,
That was
they
like,
had one song that
but we looked it up and we were like, whoa, they're famous.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to them.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll bring us out on tour and we can be drummers. I also remember one time, bro, I swear on my life, I remember you being like, dude, I want to be a professional drummer too, bro, but I'm just so afraid of doing it and then becoming a drug addict.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, because
Oh
like
my
every
God.
drum, every guy in a band that we knew that was famous was like, and then I got addicted to heroin.
Yeah.
We were like, is that part of it?
Yeah,
Like,
it definitely
I don't
didn't.
want to do heroin.
It definitely didn't help meeting the Metro Station guy who, like, in reality was just like some regular dude.
He was
who
like a fat guy.
He was a fat
wearing
guy.
bell-bottom jeans, a long
Cowboy boots.
V-neck, and like had like straightened long Jew hair.
Yeah.
I'm Jewish, so we're
Yeah,
Jewish.
we're
We can
Jewish,
say
so
this.
we
We can say that.
We're not. We're definitely not getting canceled.
Yeah, we're Jews. So.
But no, like, despite all that, like you see these people, you know, especially as like a young kid, you're again neuroplasticity. You're easily you believe shit way easier. So like you see these people on YouTube and MySpace back then, and you're like, whoa, these guys are probably so awesome and so rad and like the nicest people. And then you meet somebody like the guy from Metro Station.
Yeah, sorry, I'm
we're
thinking
not
about
hating,
something.
and we're
I'm
not.
thinking about something. So remember at your bar mitzvah, bro? Remember
All
at your
love to Mason
Remember at your
Musso.
bar mitzvah when you were like, dude, I was in the elevator and they said that. Well, we know. Okay, you were like, my mom says she has a surprise for my bar mitzvah. And you were like, dude, they're saying that Tony Hawk is in the building. He's staying in town or something.
Which he was. His tour bus was
And
outside.
I think you told me this. You're like, I think Tony Hawk might be coming to my bar mitzvah. And I was like, oh my God, that's like insane.
Yeah.
And you were like so excited. And then literally they were like, it's time for the big surprise. And it was like, nah, da, 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 da. And it was
the bottle
Hasidic
dancers.
like
It was the
break
bottle
dancers.
dancers.
And
Yeah.
they were like Hasidic guys break dancing. And you were literally like, are you like you were so pissed.
If you guys are listening, you can go on YouTube and look up the Bottle Dancers, and they're on like Oprah or Ellen or something. My dad hired these guys, and they were like $50. They were like $50 a minute, bro. And they weren't even real Hasidic Jews. They were these regular dudes who would show up and
Wait, they weren't even Jewish?
They would glue beards onto their faces and wear these
Oh,
hats,
that's fucked up.
and they would dance around. I don't think you could do that today. I don't think you could.
Oh my
pretend
God,
to
these
be a
guys
Hasidic
gotta
Jews.
get canceled. These guys aren't Jews?
No, I mean they might be Jewish, but they're definitely not Hasidic. They would put on fake beards, and they would dress like Hasidic Jews. And
Oh,
they would,
hell no.
balance these glass bottles on top of their hats and do these weird dances, and like they carried me out on their shoulders. Very weird. It's very, very weird. But my dad saw it on the internet or YouTube and was like, "We have to get this. I don't care." If
I feel like I remember him being like,
$10,000."
"Guys, look at this. Would you ever want this?" And you were like, "No."
"Yeah, yeah,
And he was like, "Are you sure you don't want these guys? Like they're kind of." And you're like, "I don't want that.
no,
I want someone lit. Like
I want Tony Hawk."
yeah, I want fucking Tony Hawk, Dad."
Tony Hawk was there though. His tour bus was outside. But I seriously doubt if someone was like, "Hey, there's a
Yeah,
bar
they were
mitzvah.
probably like,
You want to
they
come?"
probably told him, they're like, "It's a bar mitzvah. You'd make this kid's day." And Tony Hawk was like, "Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I've made enough kids' days.
Nah, I'm just gonna go up into my room and kickflip." Just kickflip. Oh, I imagine Tony Hawk just kickflips everywhere.
You ever see the videos of him driving around in the cars and just do a kickflip?
Yeah,
and
I've
if
seen
the
that.
kids
That's so
hit kickflips,
funny.
He hands them skateboards.
It's so funny.
Yeah, man, it's crazy like how long ago that was. Like that's over 10 years, but like it doesn't feel like it's been 10 years.
Oh my god, I got something in my eye, and now my eye is itching so bad. It feels like I literally have pink eye. It's kind of weird. Instead of a T-Rex head, this kind of, not trying to be dark, kind of looks like the skull of your dog's head.
Yeah, you're right. It does.
Like that kind of looks like a Wheaton Terrier's head.
Probably,
skull. Like,
dude.
"Aw." This was Dexter.
Oh man.
That's the new one. I feel like every time I go to Corey's house, people don't know, for those who don't know him, but every time I go to Corey's house, he's like, "No, that lab passed away. This is Maria, the new lab.
Wait, I feel that. Okay,
This is Molly."
I feel that way about you and your pugs. Like, oh my god, bro, and you're like, oh, this is a new one. It's like, oh my god.
We had 3 pugs, and then now my mom. So this is what happened. So we had 3 pugs. We had Nigel, you knew Nigel. Then we had Chi-Chi, you knew Chi-Chi. We adopted Chi-Chi.
Yes.
Then Chi-Chi died. Then Nigel died. Then we got a pug named Johnny, who was like my pug. I have the tattoo of him
Yeah.
on my leg. And then Johnny died when we went to Canada. We were in Canada, and I literally was like, when this dog dies, I'm going to get him tattooed on me. And the next day he fucking died.
Oh my god.
It's crazy.
Bro. Instant.
And he was really abused too, and that's why he died, because like they had like fucked up his neck or something. It probably seems like I'm crying, but it's just because something got in my eye and it was itchy
Right,
or
right,
whatever.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, and then he died, and then I was in college still, and there was a girl from Holy Cross who was working at a dog vet,
Yeah.
but no, like a dog rescue clinic, a pound. I mean,
Like
fuck,
a sanctuary. Oh, pound. Okay.
a pound sanctuary pound animal thing.
Okay.
And she had posted all these videos of this old pug that's on her story. And I texted my mom, and I was like, "Mom, there's this old pug at the Voorhees dog adoption or whatever, Burlington, whatever. I don't know what the fuck it was." And my mom was like, "Seriously?" And I sent a photo, and she was like, "I'm on my way there already."
Wow.
So then she got there, and they were like, "No, that pug was. We have also a like boarding section where you can board a dog and get it like groomed or whatever." So like they were an owner was boarding their pug for like a couple days.
Oh, like
Yeah.
like,
And my mom was like, and my friend that I had seen, when I hit her up, she had answered too late, but she was like, "Yeah, I was working that day in like the shampoo section or whatever, like shampooing pugs." Something like that.
Damn.
And so my mom was like, "Damn." And then literally she saw Bear, this like little poodle that's like mad muscular. And they were like, "Oh, that's Bear. He's this poodle." My mom was like, "Oh, shit." And then she just fucking got him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's cool. He was abused too. So like he doesn't really like guys,
He's
I guess.
schizo. Yeah.
Not schizo. He's like totally normal dog. Well, yeah, schizo, I guess.
Yeah.
Like there's just times where like if my mom's not home and we're on the couch and I'm like, "All right, Bear, you gotta go to bed." Like my mom will text me, "Let him out."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "I want this dog to go out before my mom comes home so she's not pissed at me." And then like he won't get off the couch, and I'm like, "Get off the couch," and then he's like like freaks out. And I'm like, "Yo, like you just turned on me, like
I'm your.
I'm
brother.
not giving you ham anymore."
No more yummies.
Yeah, no more cut up hot dog pieces. No more pizza crust.
Well, that's funny you say that because I saw Jack Uline the other day. Who's one of our long
crazy.
friends. Dude,
How's he doing? He's like a scuba guy, right?
he's good. He's got one of the most beautiful tattoo sleeves I've ever seen.
Yeah,
in my
like
entire
of like
life. It's like a nautical scene. He's got a ship and Poseidon and a diver.
I saw that.
and
Yeah,
it's nice.
what is it called? The giant the monster.
Kraken.
The Kraken. Yeah, Kraken.
Yeah, but he has him and his girlfriend were at the pop-up shop that we did, and she has a rescue dog too who was also
I'm gonna
abused.
grab one of these tissues. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Even though I'm going off camera.
No, you're good. And she her dog was also abused, and it's a little schizo towards guys as well. But eventually they'll warm up to you, and
Yeah.
you just got to gain their trust, man. Like most people.
How long have we been going for?
39 minutes.
39 minutes. You want
Mhm.
to cap it at like in like 10?
Sure.
No, I probably shouldn't
Yeah.
say that on here, but
It's okay. We'll wrap it up when.
I mean, honestly,
Whenever.
this is like the most natural I've ever felt on like a podcast or whatever.
The most what you felt?
like natural, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
Every
man.
other time I felt like I'm like having a interview conversation,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this just feels like we're gonna just talking.
Yeah. Well, because
So-
this is a house that you and I both grew up in and have a lot of memories here. And I try to do my best to make a comfortable environment. I got fucking art and crystals and plants everywhere. Like I try to make it feel like we're just
Yeah.
hanging out, because we are. We're just hanging out.
Yeah.
But it's cool that we get to record it, and then people can listen to it, and then also like get value and inspiration
Definitely.
out of this kind of stuff. So, all right. Well, one of the things I wanted to ask you is going back to comedy. You know, it's not the easiest time to be a stand-up right now. So, like, how are you still pursuing comedy during all this COVID shit? And like, because all the shows are
I'm
pretty
ve-
much canceled. And like, how have you adapted to what's going on?
So I did a couple Zoom shows.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did like a Zoom show. I think I did like an Instagram show. They were cool. I mean, it was fun. The first one was really fun. And the Instagram one was fun. They were cool. It was just like I did new stand-up jokes, and like the guy listening was just like, but that was just like it. And then like people were commenting like he's funny. I also like got on other people's lives and then tried to just be funny. And like one guy had like a lot, like a couple thousand viewers, and like
Wow.
and like people were like, get him off. He's not funny.
Damn.
It was funny because I was not funny.
Right. Well, that's the thing about
I
art.
bombed.
That's the thing about art. Well, you got to bomb in comedy. That's what Joe Rogan
You
talks about
have
all the
to,
time.
yeah.
It's like a necessary part of it, because failure is like how you learn. But dude, when we saw you live, like that was hilarious, man. I love the
At
bit.
Helium.
I love the bit where you talk about doing the was it like the candy bar audition.
Oh, that was real too. That was real. Basically, like, first off,
Yeah, let
that was
people know.
that was a great show, and I'm so glad that they do those during the summer because it gives me an opportunity to invite everyone, and it's
Yeah.
always a packed house,
Mhm.
guaranteed laughter, and it's great. And it was a place where I used to do where I was like early on too, and I always would advance in that competition. Never get
Yeah.
past the second round, but always would get to the second round.
Yeah.
And it was just a really good feeling. And so basically, my dad has a friend who's a casting director
Mhm.
from back in the day. And my dad was like, yo, you should hit up this casting director, try to get like maybe, because you're an actor and stuff, like maybe he'll give you an internship or whatever. So I go to meet him, and he's like, well, I don't really got an internship for you, but you look like you could be an actor. And I do think that you look like you have a great resume already, because I had done commercials and I had done short films, and
Mhm.
I had done plays already in New York at some really dope theaters too.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, fuck yeah. Like, and I'm like, well, what do you mean? And he's just like, oh, like, I'll call you in for audition. And I'm like, all right, cool. So he's like, all right, you good tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, all right, cool. There's this like candy audition. It wasn't Kit Kat. I say Kit Kat for the joke. It was some other brand. I'm not going to name it, but which doesn't make sense because I'm naming Kit Kat. But
Yeah.
it's called,
Wasn't
okay,
Kit
I'll fuck
Kats.
it. It was called like Crunchy or something like that.
Okay.
It's like a purple silver wrapper or some bullshit like that called
Okay.
Crunchy. I think it originally comes from like Europe or something.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so I go to this audition, and for real, like in the joke I say this, but for real, like I get there, and every kid in the waiting room was like 5 to 7 years old. Like every single
How old
kid
were
was
you?
little. Bro, I'm like 21 at the time, dude. I'm like, I shaved my face and shit. So he hit me up and was like, can you come to this audition tomorrow? I'm like, yes. He's like, if just make sure you shave your face, look young for it. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like,
Okay.
sounds great. So I pull up, and yeah, every kid in the waiting room was like 5 to 7 years old. And I'm like, oh my God, like, this is ridiculous. And then they're like, here's the sides. So I take the sides, and it's literally just like pictures of someone eating chocolate, different people
Yeah.
like smiling and stuff. And then it just says, eat this chocolate and show us that you're excited.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That was like the instruction for the
thank you. That tells me a fucking like
Yeah.
all my acting knowledge has led up to me. They're like, thank you for giving me
Thank
this
you,
acting
new
research.
school.
So then I just went in and I ate the chocolate, and they were like, that was great, but like do it more. And I was like, I'm like, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but
Yeah.
basically, like, they just kept telling me to fucking do it, like, more and more and more. And like, they wanted me to literally, to the point where at first I was like, this chocolate's delicious, like, to, wow, this chocolate's delicious, and like, which is fine, like, I guess that's commercials, but I don't know, it felt crazy. Like, it felt crazy. So in the joke, I do it way over the top, and I act like I'm fucking the chocolate and having chocolate drenched over my body.
This chocolate's fucking delicious.
Because they were kind of like, you love this chocolate more than anything. There's just this chocolate. Chocolate.
It's like crack cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like the first time I was like, I'm a stand-up and I'm gonna try to use something real.
No, but those jokes are hilarious, dude. Like, it's really hard for me to laugh out loud at shit.
Yeah.
But like, a lot of your bits, even like the gay zombie, like all that, like I've act like it's, they all just had me laughing out loud. So even if it's one person, like, you're funny, bro. You always have been. You always will be.
I know.
And that's the thing with art is like, it's subjective. People will see an onward shirt and like, yeah, no, like, not cool. But like other people
I like that
see
new one you made a lot. It was like a bunch of bikes all over.
Yeah. Did that
That
for
was sick.
My homie Logan. But our friend Joe is the best person to bring to a comedy show because he laughs at shit that isn't funny. Like the one dude who went up and bombed the guy who was wearing the tuxedo or whatever, and like just was way over the top. He was like a comedian.
Did I win the night you came, or did I lose the night you came?
You definitely
I lost.
No, I think you excelled, and then the next one I missed because I was in Spain, and that one you won, or that I think that was the one you lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was bullshit because both times, bro. When I was in the second round, everyone's left and been like, no, okay. The first time I did the competition, the second round, I was a little drunk.
Yeah.
It blinked green. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first time when I was in the second round, I was a little drunk.
Okay.
I slurred my words and I wasn't really on point and I had not prepared. The second time I did the thing and I was in the second round, I fucking murdered.
Mm-hmm.
I murdered. But I knew the comics that were in. First off, I know the girl that was hosting the whole thing because she had won the year before. She's hysterical.
Yeah, I remember her.
Fucking, it took them so long, dude, to count the votes. It literally took, I swear on my life, like 40 minutes. That girl that was the past host had to go out there, dude, and do like 40 minutes worth of improvised stand-up.
Oh my god.
And just was riffing off the crowd, and she was a champ. And there were some comics on the show who I know are regulars at that club, and they fucking advanced. And I'm like, they literally were in the waiting room going, I have no one here. And the thing is, off of your audience vote,
right?
Bro, half that show was there to see me.
You had like 20 people in the audience. It's all right.
I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Well,
and everyone was like, yo.
Well, I think
like, exactly.
Sometimes shit gets political, so it's the art speaks for itself. So like, even though you believe you deserve to advance, that's all you need, bro.
Yeah.
It's like Phife Dawg says, R.I.P. Tribe Called Quest. They never won any Grammys or anything, and he's like,
honestly, I'm really upset about Juice WRLD, bro. She's really upset about Pop Smoke. My girlfriend's in the corner, but she's really upset about Pop Smoke.
This might seem like I did not listen to their music. Sorry. But like, I know they inspired a lot of people, and I'm sure they have good music in there, but
I'll be honest, I liked Mac Miller from when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
The all around the world, all that shit.
Yeah.
You can wear my hat.
Yeah.
I did not like his last, let's say, albums. Like, all of them. Like, all that shit. But it was kind of crazy when he died, too.
Yeah. I remember, like, you reached out to me, and, like, I started crying when I read your text, bro, because you were like, bro, Mac Miller died. Like, I'm so sorry. I know he's, like, his music is, like, a staple for our friendship growing up. And I was like, bro, I fucking love you, bro. You're right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, again, just like...
Dude, that was our fucking favorite.
Yep.
We loved Mac. We even know, like, the shoes he wore.
The hats.
They were, like, rare sneaker stores that he would, like, go to in Boston that you, like, found. I remember.
a Montreal Expos hat that he wore in
Yeah.
this video, and I got it in, and it was like the ugliest hat. Like it was a
So
cool looking
ugly.
hat, but it looked so
I remember,
dumb on
yeah.
my head, and I never wore it. But
That's
you know,
so
man, that's the power that these guys have over.
I never listened to like Lil
influencing.
Peep.
Neither did I. But that's the thing. It's like it's all art, and like I just said, it's all subjective. So like,
No, but Juice WRLD, I went like to his like when label first. He's like an industry plant. When the label first signed him and like introduced him to the world, he was on this crazy sick tour after
Yeah.
that first album. And me and Clay were like, "Yo, like we have an opportunity to go to a Juice WRLD concert. Let's just fucking go." So we went, and first off, it was right after XXX died. The crowd was going nuts, and he held it was a great show.
I bet.
It was a great show, and he was a great performer, and he had great music.
Yeah.
And then he fucking died. Like I was just like,
Yeah.
yo, that's crazy. I always thought he kind of fronted on like doing the drugs and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, no way. Like I watch videos of him. He's not like the people I know that are doing fucking pills,
Right.
like talking like the same way. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, damn, he really had like issues. Like, and no one paid attention. Okay, and again, it seems like I'm crying, but it's
okay,
my
bro.
eye.
Like, I think you know.
Juice.
Cheers, man. Come back. I think again, even though I didn't really listen to their music, like Juice WRLD in particular was one person I remember seeing an interview where like he almost quit music and was like, you know what, I've been putting in all this work, it's not paying off, and he was like about to quit, and then
Juice WRLD.
yeah, and then he didn't. He was like, I remember the interview. He was.
Well, you
like,
remember those guys from high school that had that Vine that were like something like a mixtape? It's too late.
Yeah.
He used to rap battle with them because
Wow.
there's another video of those kids rap battling and Juice WRLD's in the background.
Wow.
And then there's another video you could find online of Juice WRLD rap battling and he's rap battling those kids
Wow.
or something like that. Like one of those kids. And you're like, oh, fuck, they all went to the same high school in Chicago. And he was like, that was like a thing. But I just can't imagine, like, he just looked so nerdy back in the day.
Yeah.
He looked so nerdy. And then, like, so I think he was just one of those kids that was just, like, a real musician.
Yeah, dude. Like, but again, it all goes to the point where like, just don't give
Musical
up.
savant or whatever it's called.
Don't stop. Keep going. Like eventually, if it's meant to, it'll work out for you. Whether it be music or stand up or acting,
graphic design.
art, starting a business, even starting a podcast, dude. Like this is the second or third episode. You're the second guest, and like millions of people aren't watching this right now. Even though I'm gonna manifest that someday.
Where are you gonna put
like,
it again?
I'll put it on all platforms: YouTube,
Apple?
Apple Music, Spotify,
Cool.
Shopify, Spotify, all those. But I'm not gonna give up. I'm just gonna keep going because I know eventually, just like when we to bring it back to the beginning, playing drums paid off, graphic design paid off for you, acting and comedy paid off. It's starting to pay off. So whether you're Juice WRLD and you're about to quit music, just like don't stop. No matter how hard it is or how difficult it is or how many obstacles you have, you just have to keep going because in those hard times and the struggles, you learn the most about yourself and you learn that, you know, eventually, like, look at Juice WRLD, like R.I.P. He passed, and like that really fucking sucks because I'm sure he had a lot of great stuff in the works, just like whether it be him or Mac Miller or Kurt Cobain or Jimi Hendrix, like all those Amy Winehouse, all those artists who are gone too soon, like they believed that they could do it and they kept going, and now they exist forever through their art, and that's pretty fucking cool. As you and I who are both artists, like that's something to strive for. It's like we will exist forever through the art. We're gonna put this podcast up on the internet, and we could die tomorrow, and like this will exist forever, and that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that is pretty sick.
You want to end on that?
Yeah, let's end on that.
Hell yeah,
Exist forever.
exist forever through
Exist
your art.
forever. Googleplex.
Yeah. All right, Malcolm. I love you, bro. Thanks for coming on today.
Thank you, man.
Second guest, Sarah. Thanks for being there, nice and quiet and patient, and hopefully.
It sounded so weird.
Well,
Thank you for being quiet and obedient.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, everybody. That's it for today's podcast. The third episode of
I
the
have to pee so bad.
third episode of Onwards Forward Evolution podcast.
Hey guys, it's How I Met Your Mother, the podcast.
All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. Well,
I'm a fairy.
we'll see you next time.